Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're taking a twist off of wigs. So, first thing we're doing is, well, today we're doing a closure sew-in on my mother, of course, with hair store hair. Yes, I said a hair store hair because, mom like to wait last minute to do stuff, so we gotta, make something work. Now, the bonus hair from the hair store, they were like 115, something like that. And then the closure was just a 5x5 transparent closure that I found sitting around. It was body wave in the bonus loose way. So I'm gonna show y'all how I do my braid downs for my closures. And the reason I do my braid down this way is because I always have one going around away from the part that's the anchor, and then the rest of them back. Because y'all see the anchor braids that I got in the front? That, if you do braids like that, it makes your install lumpy kinda. So braids straight back is honestly better, but of course, to each his own. So now what I do is basically melt the cap. She wanted the side part. I usually recommend 5x5 closures for side parts, but again, to each his own. And then mama has a low hairline. We both have low hairlines on the side, like right above our eyebrows, and then the middle part go back. I don't know why I have it like that, but it's cool. So all I did was melt the cap down, and then I sewed the net on. The reason why I kept the cap on under there is because you can see the thread with the cap. You can still scratch your hair, just get a comb, put it through there, do whatever. But it's easy for you to see where the thread is at whenever you're taking it out than just, sewing the net on. But it is sometimes where I don't sew the cap down first, like the traditional sewing and stuff like that. But again, trial and error. Do what you want or do what you think is best for you. Okay. So this is the foundation basically, and you see I'm just cutting off the ball cap now all the way around her head, and then just cutting it back. When you cut your ball cap, make sure the edges are still covered. The ball cap should still be in front of the edges. And like I told y'all before, she has a low hairline. You see I still followed the shape of her hairline because you want to make it look as natural as possible. Now when somebody has a low hairline or they have like a funky hairline, kind of like me and mama, I always pluck extra. I know a lot of my clients' hairline because of course I've been doing their hair for a minute now. So what I try to do is pluck extra, so when I get ready to cut the lace off or cut it in the shape of their hairline, it's way easier. So now I'm just cleaning off her forehead, and I'm about to lay the tape down in the glue. And y'all, she was joking. This was for her birthday, and I'm gonna tell y'all now, some of my family came up to the shop and was talking to her, so y'all will see a few extra people in the shots or whatever, so don't even mind that. So before I actually glue the closure down, I always try to sit it down to get an idea where it's going to lay and how it's going to look. The reason so I know where to put the glue. You can always mark where to put, like what not to put the glue in front of, or you can just eyeball it, kind of like what I do. But I would recommend for beginners to actually mark it. So again, I follow the hairline with a lot of stuff. So I'm just following the hairline when I finally do apply the glue. And y'all, that tape was giving me trouble. Of course, y'all see it, but we still, had to work with it. So I used 3 layers of this glue, and that is what I use to spread the glue out with. Now, listen, if you guys are using something like this to put glue on your clients, make sure you have enough for every single last one of your clients. Clean it so when the next client comes, it's already clean. Well, actually, unless you have it on top in between. What I usually do is I have enough, so after I use it, I just put it to the side, wash them at the end of the night, let them disinfect, and then reuse them in the morning. Or you can use popsicle sticks so you can throw them away after each client, but don't keep reusing the same dirty stuff without cleaning y'all tools. And as hairstylists, y'all should know that already, especially the licensed ones. So after I put the glue down, I just stuck my closure down and I got ready to sew it down. I'm going to kind of show y'all how I sewed it down, but y'all know it's hard to get camera shots because I'm not that good at all that yet. But it's coming. It's going to come soon. I'm going to get raw at it. But I just had her hold it while I sewed it down on the piece. And make sure you sew it down flat. Sometimes you have to pull it a little bit more to get it sewn down flat, but you'll get what I'm saying. I'm kind of showing y'all how I'm doing it now. Y'all see how I'm pulling the closure down as I sew it down? That is how you want to sew it. So you see me pulling out hair and plucking some more. The hair that I'm pulling out is what's going to get cut off, and I'm just plucking behind it so it still looks natural after I cut it off the natural hairline. So what I like to hot comb my clients' hair with the elastic band on it, so they don't really feel it on their skin, because you know you can feel the heat. So what I try to do is I try to part out the hair first, and I try to pull out the baby hair first. You don't have to do either of them, but it helps me a lot, because I just, while the hair is tied down, getting that melt, you can hot comb it without them jumping, doing all that extra mess, because you got some clients that just jump from the heat and you ain't even touch them, to be honest with y'all. But, that's just my opinion and how I do it. You can do whatever works best for you.
Turn me inside out, make my heart beat. Need no one else. You're all I need. Personality, everything you do.
So the first one, I usually try to go under the first braid, as you can kind of see me doing. And then after that, I just, it doesn't even matter, but I always try to do it with the first one, so they put it in a low ponytail. You don't really see too much or whatever. And please don't mind my auntie back to anybody. When doing my sew-ins, I always do the flip over method. Only time I won't do a flip over method is if it's a bob, because one, you're not going to reuse that hair until you need that to get as flat as possible. Well, I mean, you need any sewing to get as flat as possible, but this is kind of how I do my flip over. I'm trying to show you guys, but it's hard trying to position the camera and give y'all a good view, also me trying to sew it in. So I just go under the braids a little bit, I flip it over, and then I sew it down. If y'all need a more in-depth tutorial on just the sewing part, let me know and I can give that to you guys. So here's kind of a closer look on how I flip the tracks over and quote-unquote close out my sew-ins, kind of. So you see how I just sewed that all the way to the very end. You want to go under. When you go under the tracks, it makes the track way flatter than going over. And you can see it's actually super flat. So after you do that, you just want to sew it and make sure you knot it a few times when you do flip it over. So this is the end result. But of course, y'all know I always got to add some curls in it for my girl. So I just added some one curls, bigs all over her hair for the final look. And make sure you hot comb the roots, because the bundles be in rubber bands when you get them. You want to hot comb that little piece out with rubber band being where it's going to look like your install is not flat. And look how melted that closure is. Y'all see that? Yeah, you girl did that.
Turn me inside out, make my heart beat. Leave no one else. You're all I need. Personality, everything you do. It's me, love, everything about you. Your smile, your style, so fly. Can't deny. I got a crush on you. That's truly. I'm digging you. You make me believe. Your love is one in a million. It goes on and on and on. You give me a really good feeling. Oh yeah, baby, your love is one in a million. It goes on and on. You give me a really good feeling all day long. Baby, you don't know what you do to me. Between me and you, I feel a chemistry. I won't let no one come and take your place. Cause the love you give, it can't be replaced. See, no one else does me like you do. That's why I don't mind spend my life with you. I wanna please you in any way I can. I wanna share my
So for the look I was going for, it was like some Hollywood slash glamour curls that I learned in school, and I can say I did comb them out a little bit too much, especially on the end. But you know, I ended up recurling it a little bit after, but I just didn't get it on the video. So it's fun. But I hope y'all like this video. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below what y'all want to see. And if y'all want to see more in-depth sewing tutorials, I will definitely give it to you guys.
Insert.